Are you experiencing a time in your life when everything around you seems to be falling apart? Where nothing makes sense anymore and you find yourself questioning the world and your place in it? Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, everything seems to be crumbling beneath your feet? No matter how hard you push and try your best, things only seem to get worse. Perhaps you are going through the dark night of the soul, a deep inner struggle accompanied by a sense of spiritual desolation and a feeling of being lost in the darkness. Let me tell you, you're not alone. The truth is that most of humanity is experiencing this right now. Join me in this video as we embark on a deep exploration of the transformative experience known as the dark night of the soul. We'll delve into its significance and the impact it can have on our lives. As we near the end, I'll share some valuable insights that I've gained from my own personal journey to help you navigate through your own dark night of the soul with greater ease and understanding. The dark night of the soul refers to a profound and painful period of spiritual or personal crisis, characterized by feelings of emptiness, despair, and a sense of being disconnected from our usual sense of purpose, meaning, or connection to the divine. The term was first coined in a poem by Saint John of the Cross, a 16th century Spanish mystic and poet. This phenomenon, within the Buddhist tradition, is sometimes referred to as falling into the pit of the void. In this process, that old part of us starts to fall apart. We start questioning things, our relationships, our goals, even what we believed before. It's like life is saying, you've outgrown this. It can feel unsettling, but within this confusion lies a sense of liberation. The discomfort we're experiencing is actually a sign that something profound is happening within us, a signal of growth. Think of a seed breaking open to push forth a new sprout. The shell cracks, and in that moment of vulnerability, growth begins. Our own discomfort is like that crack, a necessary opening that allows us to expand beyond our previous limitations. The dark night of the soul forces us to come face to face with one of the most intricate and enigmatic aspects of our psyche, the ego. The ego is like an invisible force that exerts a profound influence over our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's a persistent narrator in the back of our minds, constantly commenting on our experiences and shaping our sense of self. Most importantly, the ego loves to create stories about who we are, what we're capable of, and how we should relate to the world around us. It's the driving force behind our desires, our fears, and our need for validation. However, the dark night acts as a revealing mirror, reflecting the ego's true nature in stark clarity. As we journey through this period of inner turmoil and growth, we begin to see the ego for what it truly is. We realize it is not an objective observer. Instead, it's colored by our past experiences, societal conditioning, and the narratives we've internalized over time. The dark night peels away the layers of our ego-driven identity, revealing its tactics of self-preservation and resistance to change. We see how it clings to old patterns, how it craves control and certainty, and how it plays on our fears and insecurities. In the midst of this revelation, we gain a unique vantage point. We start to observe the ego's manipulations and question its narratives. We start to challenge the stories that undermine our confidence, limit our aspirations, and keep us from embracing change. And then, we realize that we don't have to be at the mercy of its whims. During this period, the foundation of your life crumbles beneath your feet. The things you once believed in lose their meaning and purpose. Society taught you that material possessions and achievements would bring fulfillment, but the more you pursued them, the further happiness seemed to slip away. You followed the prescribed path, securing a good job, finding a loving partner, building a home, and perhaps even starting a family. You fulfilled your duties as a responsible citizen, helping others and providing for your loved ones. Surrounded by friends, enjoying nice vacations, and seemingly having it all, you still find yourself asking, why am I not happy? This is the essence of the dark night of the soul. It challenges you to look beyond the external trappings of success and delve into the depths of your being. It beckons you to embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, where true happiness lies not in the external world but within yourself. Everything around you seems like the ultimate burden. Even doing and buying whatever you want doesn't excite you anymore. What's going on? I know so many people who are depressed without even knowing it. This is not limited to people who are living the mundane society life, but also to those who built their supposed dream life somewhere else. They escape the rat race of society and live in a beautiful villa, and still, they are not happy. Depression doesn't seem to spare those who seem to have it all. The dark night of the soul liberates you from the shackles of external influences. All the societal conditioning and attempts to conform become meaningless. Who even wants to fit in when the very act of fitting in is the problem? During the dark night, your authentic self and unique perspective on the world emerge. However, this transformation doesn't come easily. It requires deep introspection to uncover the truth behind the facade you've been living for so long. But once you've mustered the courage to confront your own reflection, a profound sense of surrender washes over you. You come to understand that every experience has a purpose, even the most challenging ones. They serve as catalysts for your personal growth. You learn to embrace each situation as it is, without attempting to alter its course. After all, you realize that you cannot change what has already transpired. All you can do is accept, learn, and move forward. You begin to surrender and let go. The opinions of others hold less sway over you, while your focus shifts towards embracing your true self. Because you come to the realization that you are already enough, just as you are in this very moment. The dark night of the soul can be the best thing that ever happened to you because it allows your intuition to take the lead. You become more aware of your body and can sense when something is not right. You learn to protect yourself from negative people and situations, and you become more selective about who you allow into your life. Intuition is a natural gift that we all possess, but we often ignore it due to societal pressures. We become numb to our inner voice and lose touch with our instincts. However, during the dark night of the soul, you can reconnect with your intuition and let it guide you towards a more fulfilling life. I'm going to share 8 tips that will help you in navigating through your dark night of the soul and make the entire process a lot easier. Number 1. Surrender and trust the process. The word surrender often carries a negative connotation, as it is commonly associated with weakness. People think of soldiers surrendering to the enemy, or athletes giving up to their opponents, which implies complete defeat. One of the most profound definitions of surrender is to give oneself over to something. It essentially means to stop fighting. There is a sense of peace that comes with surrender, a calmness amidst the chaos. Often we exhaust ourselves by resisting the process of change. Eventually, battered and bruised, metaphorically speaking, we collapse, feeling defeated. But the truth is, when we cease fighting, we open ourselves up to something that was actually better for us all along. Surrender to win is a common phrase used in 12-step recovery programs. It signifies that in order to achieve victory, we must let go of the fight. To break free from addiction, surrendering to the process is essential. This also holds true for the dark night of the soul. Every fibre of your being will resist the transformation. You will exert all your strength to will it away, push it away, or pray it away. However, the more you resist, the more agonizing it becomes. It's a paradoxical irony. Only when you release control and trust the process will you find liberation. Gradually, the darkness will yield to the light, and your dark night will come to an end. When tomorrow arrives, your new life will be there waiting for you. Number 2. Be kind and loving toward yourself. When going through the dark night of the soul, it's common to criticize and mistreat yourself. You might feel like there's something inherently wrong with you and resort to calling yourself negative names. When I was going through a dark night of the soul, I remember feeling lazy, broken, and weak. At first, I was very hard on myself during this experience. Some people in my life, although well-intentioned, didn't understand what I was going through and would tell me to toughen up and push through it. Unfortunately, this only made things worse and intensified the negative self-talk. It wasn't until I learned about the transformative power of this experience and began to trust the process that I started to show myself kindness and love. I even took on the role of a nurturing parent to myself during this time, being understanding and patient with my circumstances. I realized that this experience was bigger than me and that I couldn't control it or blame myself for it. Instead, I had to love myself through it and trust that I would come out stronger on the other side. Number 3, pray and meditate. From my personal experience, individuals who go through the dark night of the soul are deeply connected to their spirituality. Surprisingly, it is this very spirituality that triggers the onset of darkness. Those who embark on this journey have likely spent their entire lives searching for answers to profound questions, and it is during this dark period that those answers are revealed. Since you are watching this video, I can safely assume that you are a spiritual person. You understand that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, not the other way around. Therefore, I feel completely at ease encouraging you to embrace prayer and meditation during your dark night of the soul. When you pray, ask for the strength to endure the pain you are feeling, seek guidance and wisdom, request to be shown the lessons hidden within the darkness, and ask for the ability to appreciate the blessings in your life. Remember, these prayers are directed towards the God you believe in. If prayer is your way of communicating with God, then meditation is God's way of communicating with you. During meditation, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Allow yourself to be guided wherever the meditation takes you. You will be astonished by the revelations that unfold. Meditating will help clear your mind and align you with the answers you have been seeking. It will also teach you to trust the process and reaffirm what I mentioned earlier. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Even if you don't consider yourself a spiritual person, I encourage you to give prayer and meditation a try. Number 4, get your body moving. In the midst of the dark night of the soul, one can feel overwhelmed by a sense of depression, lethargy, and lack of motivation. Even the simplest tasks can feel like a monumental effort. It's easy to fall into a state of inertia, making it difficult to engage in physical activity. However, it's crucial to find ways to move the body during this challenging time. Reflecting on my own experience, I remember contemplating the transformative potential of a simple walk. Although it seemed like a basic activity, I knew it could have a positive impact on my well-being. It's crucial to keep your body in motion as it aids in circulating the energy within you. You may be feeling heavy and stagnant, so it's very important to incorporate some kind of movement. You will feel lighter as a result. Despite the daunting nature of the effort required, I eventually took that first step towards reconnecting with the healing power of movement. During these moments, it's important to practice self-compassion and gentle encouragement. While the mind may resist and the body may feel burdened, recognizing the potential benefits of physical activity can serve as a guiding light. Whether it's a leisurely stroll, gentle stretching, or any form of exercise that resonates with you, taking that initial step, no matter how small, can mark the beginning of a transformative journey towards healing during the dark night of the soul. Number 5. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. During the challenging phase of the dark night of the soul, it is crucial to consciously resist the allure of drugs and alcohol. I understand that it's not an easy task. When I experienced the dark night of the soul, all I wanted was to escape my pain and numb myself. However, in reality, it only made everything worse, eventually forcing me to confront myself. By suppressing and avoiding what needed to be addressed, I unintentionally prolonged my own dark night of the soul. I learned this lesson the hard way. I understand that it can be difficult to abstain from substances, but trust me, your soul will be grateful for it. When experiencing this existential crisis, It may be tempting to use substances as a way to escape the overwhelming shadows that cloud the mind. However, the true path of the soul demands a brave confrontation with one's inner demons, rather than evading them through chemical numbing. Initially, using substances may seem to offer a deceptive sense of relief, but it ultimately intensifies the emotional turbulence, trapping the seeker in a web of dependency that obstructs real growth. Opting for sobriety during this period is an act of deep self-respect, and most importantly, self-love. It empowers individuals to confront the darkness head-on, cultivating resilience and strength in the face of inner turmoil. Viewing the spiritual crisis through a clear lens enables inner standing, paving the way for genuine healing and self-discovery. In this sacred process, every raw emotion, every tumultuous wave, becomes an integral part of the transformative journey, untainted by the haze of substances. Thus, as the soul navigates its dark night, remaining sober becomes crucial, leading the seeker through the tempest towards a brighter, more genuine dawn. Number 6. Listen to uplifting music. Turning to music became my lifeline in tough times, offering comfort and moments of self-reflection. Recognizing its power, I created a playlist that captured a spectrum of emotions. The chosen songs resonated with rage, sadness, and hope. This allowed me to process my feelings and ultimately feel lighter and happier. It was comforting to know that I wasn't alone and that my experiences were valid. The power of music is undeniable. Uplifting melodies acted as my guiding light, instilling hope when I needed it most and fostering positivity amid chaos. These tunes served as reminders that resilience resides within us, even in the darkest moments. Conversely, melancholic tunes played a vital role, connecting me to shared human suffering and evoking empathy. In my curated playlist, I found a balance between the uplifting and somber, reflecting life's dance between hope and despair. This musical journey, a constant companion, guided me through emotions, contributing to personal growth and resilience. Music's healing power remains a cherished ally in my ongoing journey of self-discovery and emotional healing. Number 7. Focus on the positive. It is crucial to maintain a positive mindset when facing the challenges of the dark night of the soul, although it may be easier said than done. A significant aspect of this process involves working through past negative experiences, revisiting past traumas, re-evaluating your upbringing, accepting the reality of your parents, and reflecting on your failures. This can lead to feelings of low self-esteem, which can be self-perpetuating. However, it is also important to take stock of your strengths and admirable qualities during this time. This does not refer to material possessions, but rather your inner qualities and moments of pride in your life. Often we tend to focus on the negative aspects of our lives, such as our shortcomings and embarrassing moments, and overlook our successes and moments of triumph. Therefore, it is essential to take time during this process to reflect on the positive aspects of yourself and your life, and recognize the goodness within you. Number 8. Seek solitude. During the dark night of the soul, individuals often crave solitude and lose interest in social interactions. While the support of loved ones and mentors can be helpful, solitude is typically more conducive during this period. Our previous sense of self, shaped by societal conditioning, is often a product of our ego. Society places importance on materialistic achievements such as wealth, career success, ideal relationships, family, and physical appearance. However, when going through a dark night, these external factors become meaningless and lose their significance. Despite the good intentions of others, the influence and noise from society can be overwhelming, dictating who we should be and what we should do. It is crucial to embrace solitude when redefining our identity, allowing us to gain clarity on our desires and aspirations. Practicing solitude enables us to turn inward and connect with our soul. Social conditioning has played a significant role in shaping our lives. However, as we move forward, it is essential to follow our true passions and desires, guided by our soul. Discovering our purpose and embracing personal growth can be best achieved when we are alone and free from the influence of others' opinions. It's important to understand that not everyone may understand or relate to our spiritual journey, especially if they haven't experienced a dark night themselves. Trying to communicate with them may lead to feelings of disconnection, hopelessness, and frustration. Allocating time for meditation, journaling, contemplation, and inner work can provide a more fulfilling alternative. If you find yourself struggling, seek support from individuals who have encountered the dark night of the soul, or explore spiritual books by authors like Eckhart Tolle, who have gone through similar experiences. But always remember, your journey is unique. Don't imitate or compare your progress to that of others. Going through a transformative journey can require adjustments in various aspects of your life, just like a butterfly with a newfound purpose. You may need to consider changes in your career, relationships, and lifestyle. It's time to shed your old skin and embrace the new you. For me, emerging from my dark night of the soul led me to embrace my identity as an artist and prioritize peace and self-compassion. The aftermath of this experience can feel like a fresh start on a clean slate, and it's okay if people around you don't understand. The dark night of the soul can be one of the most difficult experiences we ever face, but it can also be one of our greatest gifts. It teaches us valuable lessons about our true selves and prepares us for the next step in our spiritual journey. I want to express my deepest gratitude for joining me on this meaningful exploration. I really hope you took something away from this video. Remember, you are not alone in your struggles, and acknowledging the darkness within is the first step towards finding the light. Keep in mind that you are a radiant soul. In this very moment, you are undergoing a metamorphosis, destined to emerge as a beautiful butterfly.